Hey guys, in this video, hopefully you have worked these two examples down here, and I'm going to just work them and see how you did on them, okay? So I have already graphed the parent function in black here, okay? So that's your parent function. I'll write here absolute value of x equals the black ink, okay? Then we're going to be looking at, now we're going to be looking at this one in blue here, okay? So my a here, that's the number in front of the absolute value. That's 1/2. The h is the number that's inside the absolute value bar with the x. So since there's not one in there, it's going to be 0. The k is the number that's on the end here, that's on the outside. So that's going to be 4. Our vertex is at hk, so that's at 0, 4. Our axis of symmetry is at x equals h, so that's x equals 0. The domain is always negative infinity to infinity. And the range, so we have to look at the a. If the a is positive, that means it opens up. And when it opens up, remember, when a is positive, it opens up. And when it opens up, that's y is greater than or equal to k. So y is greater than or equal to k, which is 4. Okay? Now we're going to graph this. So my vertex is at 0, 4. That's my vertex there. Okay? Now, for this one, I'm going to do a little T-chart. I've already graphed 0, 4. We've already did 0, 4. So let's try, what if we go to 2? Okay? I'd put a 2 in there. The absolute value of 2 is 2. Half of 2 is 1, and 1 plus 4 is 5. Okay, if I put in negative 2, the absolute value of negative 2 is also 2. Half of 2 is 1, and 1 plus 4 is 5. So I'm going to plot those points. 2, 5, and negative 2, 5. Okay, what else could we come up with? Let's try, what if we put in 4? Okay, the absolute value of 4 is 4. Half of 4 is 2, and 2 plus 4 is 6. If I put in negative 4, I'm going to get the same thing, 6. So at 4, we're going to get 6. And at negative 4, we're also going to get 6. Now you can see here that this goes up 1 and over 2 each time. Okay, so I'm just going to finish that. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. You can see they share that point. And 1 and 2. So that's the left or the right side there. Now the left side, if I go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Okay? So our graph is going to look like that. And that. Now you remember I said in the other video that if this a is between 0 and 1, a fraction between 0 and 1, that it would be like it would push that down. So you can see that that doesn't have that same rise. It pushes it down a little bit, okay? So that's what we call, this is what we call a vertical compression, okay? That's a vertical compression, all right? All right. Now down here, this says to do it in green. I don't have a green, so I'm going to use red. Okay, I'm going to use red. All right, for A is negative 1. H, that's in here. Remember, it's x minus h, so you should have gotten negative 2 there. And then the K is also negative 3. It's a negative. All right, the vertex is at HK, which is negative 2, negative 3. The axis of symmetry is x equals h, which is negative 2. The domain is negative infinity to positive infinity. And the range, okay, so A is negative, which means that opens down, okay? So we're going to open down on this one. And if we open down, that means y is less than or equal to k for our range. So y is less than or equal to k, which is negative 3. All right, I'm going to go ahead and plot negative 2, negative 3. That's this point right here. I'm going to go ahead and plot that one. Okay, then we've got to come up with some more points that we can put on this graph. Okay, what if I go to negative 1? If I go to negative 1, negative 1 plus 2 is 1. The absolute value of 1 is 1, but then I've got a negative out here. So negative 1 minus 3 would be negative 4. So at negative 1, we get negative 4, which means that at negative 3, we're probably also going to get negative 4. Let's see if it works out that way. Okay, if I put in 0, what do I get? 0 plus 2 is 2. The absolute value of 2 is 2. And then negative in the front makes that negative 2 minus 3, which is negative 5. So at 0, I get negative 5. Let's see if this same pattern is going to happen. See, we've got negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. It's going by ones. Let's put in 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. The absolute value of 3 is 3. Then we've got a negative out there. So negative 3 minus 3, that's negative 6. So it is following this pattern. So at 1, we're going to get negative 6. So you can see that this is always going over 1, down 1. It's kind of like a linear equation, what a linear does. Rise over run, 1 and 1 here. Okay? Now on this side, it's going to do the same thing. Okay? So you should have a graph that looked something like this. Okay? Should look something like that. All right, guys. As always, if you have any questions, let me know.